Before I begin this video, rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. And let's get on to where we are right now. Welcome back to Tyler's Retro Reviews with your host, Tyler Harder, and we have two Summerslams to do right now, which is the one you're going to talk about right now. Oh God, I don't want to go back to this year, but we got to, because it's my job. The next two I don't want to talk about because of what year it is. But Summerslam 2007. Yeah, this was during a really bad time period. And you understand why, because this was the 20th of annual SummerSlam. August 26th, it was a Raw, SmackDown, and ECW branded pay-per-view, but this was around the time ECW was basically a shit brand. At the Continental Airlines Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Yeah. This featured, two big returns from Rey Mysterio and Triple H. Well, and we got a lot of other stuff to talk about. But yeah, let's talk about this pay-per-view and yeah. I don't want, because let's get this done over with. Anyways, Kane defeats Finley in the opener. This was just a paint by numbers opener for SummerSlam. Keep in mind, this was one of their biggest. This was the 20th SummerSlam, and your opening match was Kane versus Finley. I mean, nothing wrong with this match, but it's just a SmackDown match, literally. There's that. A 5 out of 10 I'll give it. Anyways, next up is a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Umaga defeats Carlito and Mr. Kennedy to retain the Intercontinental Championship. As of this recording, by the way, there's going to be a new Umaga Ultimate Edition, which I can't wait to use that and get rid of the 3-minute warning persona of Umaga or Jamal, whatever, but yeah. I feel like this was a year they should have given Umaga the WWE Championship. It could have been just up until WrestleMania, but then again, 2K right the wrong of that. Even though that's a video game, but there's that. It was a fine triple threat match, but it felt like a Raw match. I mean, Umaga was tweener at this point, but although this wasn't the original plan for Umaga at SummerSlam, the original plan was for Umaga to do something with the Jackass crew. But the crew basically noticed that the Benoit incident happened, and they said, yeah, no thanks. So we got this instead. Again, a 5 out of 10 I'll give it. Anyways, then we get the first of the two returns of SummerSlam. Rey Mysterio defeats Chavo Guerrero. I mean, this was a good match, but that's all I have to say about it, really. I mean, they had their blow-off in that. Well, this started all the way back the prior year at the Great American Bash in 2006, where Chavo screwed Rey of the World Heavyweight Championship against King Booker. Then they had their first SummerSlam match, which I did that last year. Then, they had their No Mercy Falls Count match, and then Ray was taken off television in October in that I Quit match, and this was Ray's big return, and Ray and Charlo do another I Quit match where Ray got his win back in that one, and yeah. Rey Mysterio has the weirdest looking attire. He's supposed to be like a Silver Surfer thing, but it looked weird. A 7.5 will give it. Anyways, then we get a battle royal to determine the number one contender for the women's championship, which was held by Candice Michelle. At this point, you can tell this was around the time this division was. They're not booked well. Miss Beth Phoenix won this. Yeah. It was just a paint by numbers battle royal. That's all I have to say. A 2 out of 10, I'll give it. But then afterwards, MVP comes out. He does. Him and Matt Hardy had these like competition things where Matt Hardy does a substitute. Where MVP did that in the boxing match at Saturday night's main event. So Matt Hardy returns the favor, and the substitute in that one was for the beer drinking contest was Stone Cold Steve Austin. But we all know the unwritten rule is do not drink with Stone Cold, and that happened. Stone Cold gave MVP a stunner. I don't know why it's an unwritten rule. You don't headbutt Samoan, you don't answer The Rock's questions, and you don't drink with Stone Cold. Wrestling Flash, I did a video on that. It's hilarious. Anyways, back to this. Next match is for the ECW Championship. Yeah, this was when ECW, like I said, after the whole December fiasco, and then Paul Heyman was shown the door, and Vince McMahon winning the fucking ECW title, and Backlash. Yeah, the brand was mostly dead at this point. Shawn Morrison defeats CM Punk to retain the ECW Championship. Like, I know Punk won the title in September, but Punk should have won the title here. Funny enough, recording this, Punk is in another world title match at Summerslam at this year's event, coincidentally enough. But if he wins, fine, because I'm getting tired of seeing Gunther with the title. This was just a bland match. They don't work well. I was never a fan of John Morrison. Punk 50-50 with him. Although, let's be fair here, didn't cause any drama when he came back to WWE. Yes, we all know him and Seth are not on good terms right now, but they did great business with each other, and why? Because Triple H has a fucking backbone. Yeah, I don't want to get into that ever again, okay? Still, a 4 out of 10. Because, like I said, this wasn't supposed to be Morrison in that spot. We all know what happened. And I'm not going into details on it. So, there's that. Then we get the second return of the night. Triple H defeats King Booker. This wasn't as good as a WrestleMania 19 match. And see you in a few months in TNA, Booker. Because this was Booker T's one of his last matches in WWE until he went to TNA the exact same year. Yeah. Although Troy J took forever to pin Booker, like in the WrestleMania match. But, again, like, this is how you bring Triple H. Nothing is Booker T, great, but it's fucking Triple H we're talking about. A 3, I'll give it. And then we get the semi-main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Batista defeats the Great Khali by disqualification. Great Khali retains the World Heavyweight Championship. Yes, this is the year 2007 where the Great Khali is the World Heavyweight Championship. How in the universe mode fuck did we got to this point? Well, Edge was injured. Batista had his last chance at vengeance. If he doesn't beat Edge, he doesn't get another shot at the title, as long as Edge is champion. But Edge got hurt because he tore his pectoral muscle, I believe. Khali won a battle royal to win the World Heavyweight Championship. This match sucked. It sucked forever. Yeah, that was an angry video game nerd reference when he did all those Batman video games. And not the Arkham ones, but still, I did those in the spring. And yeah, those games were really tough. Like the original 3 I did. But he had to get his talent win until the following month at Unforgiven. Why? A 0. Terrible. Gino made the line of, when Khali's slow pacing, he's hitting you with sledgehammers. Thank God for JBL around this time period. Still. And then finally the main event for the WWE Championship. John Cena defeats Randy Orton to retain the WWE Championship. This match is overrated. But this was the other best match on the show behind Rey Mysterio and Chavo Guerrero. Although we got sick and tired of seeing these two wrestle each other. Even this year, which is, I still lean towards that as worst match of the year. Yeah. Because we don't want to see those two wrestle each other again this year, but the only consolation is not Cena's official final match. Thankfully. Cena retained, but this feud went on pause when Cena got injured before No Mercy, and yeah. An 8 out of 10. An overrated main event, yes, but this SummerSlam, it was a really dark time to be a fan of this, really. Because of what happened on June 24th. So, this SummerSlam might be worse than the 2004 edition. I mean, I hated the 2004 SummerSlam because I saw it. This was still bad. I mean, this wasn't on my worst pay-per-views of all time list 2 years ago because I hated 2004 more than this. I mean, yeah. A 3.9 out of 10 I'll give it. The exact same grade I gave the 2004 one in WrestleMania 33. I mean, again, it's a remaster. I forgot what I gave it originally, but still, it's probably the second worst SummerSlam in my opinion as a fan of wrestling. I know the earlier SummerSlams like 95, yes, that is still the worst, but still. So, we got one bad year out of the way with a SummerSlam. Next week we need the final SummerSlam review for this year. And we're going 12 years later, 2019. Yay. I'll do my SmackDown review tomorrow on my main channel. That is subscribe and notification on that one. And Saturday. I might do the Superman Man of Steel movie review also. I don't know what I'm going to do on Sunday, or like this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel here, also my Clearly Cage channel, also as well as my main channel also, and I made the other decision to no longer use Hogan on my shows anymore. I'll do like a 10-bell salute to him on Wednesday, but Wednesday you will see that dream match between AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels for the world title, because if you saw on my main channel, that is. So there's that. Bye-bye.